welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful that you have come once again, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you send it to a homegirl who needs to hear this. So today I wanted to talk about settling because I think it is often overlooked and not really talked about a lot, because a lot of the times we let our feelings get in the way and deceive us. And so I just think it's important that we do not settle, so that we don't put limitations on our blessings, because God has so much abundance waiting on us. And if we settle for something that is less than what He wants to give us, and it could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a job, if we settle for what we think is best, we won't receive the fruits of what God has for us. So I just wanted to talk about, let's not settle. First and foremost, I want to talk about people pleasing, because I can relate to this a lot. I feel like when you grow up and you're just with that person that just never wants to make people mad, you don't want people to go away, you don't want to miss out on an opportunity, so you people please, or you just say yes to anything even if it doesn't serve you. Yeah, we need to put an end to that, okay? We have to stop people pleasing, because if you people please your whole life, you will never be happy. You will always have an underlying misery, and you will never be satisfied with what you have going on, the relationship that you're in, or the friendship that you're in, or whatever the case may be, because you're doing things based off how somebody else feels rather than how you feel. So it's time to stand up and stop people pleasing. And with that being said, it's so important to know yourself and know what you want. Know the type of job you want. Know the type of friends you want. Know the type of man you want. Because when you know that you can set boundaries on, what you need and what you don't need. What you need out of the friendship, what you don't need. What you need out of this job. Will it make me happy? Will he make me happy? Is this the type of man that I want? Do I want to date the type of man that does this? Do I want the type of friends that do this? You have to know so that you can set boundaries on what you desire. And if someone doesn't fit into that category of, where your boundaries reside, then it's up to you to choose to remove them, or, remove yourself from the situation. You don't ever want to go against what your values are. And that goes into, dating people with value, or dating people who have the same values of you. Relationships, friendships, jobs, like you want to hang on to your core values. And if people are pushing you away from the very thing that you believe in, then you should already know that that isn't for you. So if they don't have the same values as you, it's already no, you're already unequally yoked. I also want to talk about like stop listening to, I had to learn this too, y'all, but you have to really stop listening to words. And I know that, words are sweet, they taste sweet, they're nice to hear, but it's so important to listen to actions, okay? Pay attention to actions, pay attention to how people treat you, pay attention to see if their words align with their actions, and that will tell you a lot about a person. I feel like we have such high expectations for people, which we shouldn't, but we have such high expectations for people and things, and that's why we're so disappointed when the things don't work out. But the whole time they was telling us exactly how they are. They were showing you exactly how they were, but you didn't listen because you were listening to what they were telling you rather than even how you were feeling from seeing their actions. So pay attention to what they're doing and rather than what they're saying, because a lot of the times what they're saying is just to cover up how they actually feel. Sometimes people will people please to you. Sometimes people will tell you what they want you to hear, because they don't want to make you feel bad, or make you sad or upset you. So pay attention to that too. Sometimes people can people please you, and you just have to pay attention to actions. It's so important. Another thing is, I know that when we're talking to our homegirls, right, if you find yourself repeating a situation in a different scenario, if you find yourself repeating yourself to that man, if you find yourself repeating yourself to that friend, to that boss, you're crossing your own boundaries. Because if you've already told them something once, they heard you. They heard you loud and clear. They heard you loud and clear. They just didn't bother to act on it. They didn't bother to care. You know, they didn't bother to take it as something important. So if you find yourself repeating yourself, that should already be your answer that you are indeed settling, because you've already voiced how you feel. You've already voiced what was important to you. You've already voiced what you needed, and they didn't deliver. So what are we waiting on? What are we waiting on, sis? Or settling for the benefit of somebody else, you're gonna be miserable. So sis, if you're watching this, I just don't want you to be miserable. I want you to reach your highest point in life. I want God to use you in a way that and when it comes to relationships, what I want to say is, because I know that's why some of y'all watch this, but what I want to say is, you can't change anyone, okay? You can't change someone's pattern. You can't change their character. And one thing someone told me before was, and I would never forget this, she told me that, and it was an older lady that told me this. She told me that everyone has patterns. Everyone has their patterns. Everyone has their flaws. Nobody is perfect. But can you deal with that pattern for the rest of your life? Even with friends, can you deal with that pattern for the rest of your life? Everybody has a pattern, good or bad. Can you deal with it? It is aligned with your values. It is aligned with what you want. Is it aligned with what you need? And if it's not, it's time to let it go. I think that we as humans make things so hard for ourselves because we are afraid of our emotions. We are afraid of feeling sad or feeling down, or having to experience pain. But sometimes it's better to just go through the motions of feeling that, rather than to stay in a situation long, friendship long, relationship long, at a job too long, and find yourself miserable, and find yourself regretting, or find yourself just unhappy. I just think at all times you should choose you and choose what you desire out of this life, because y'all, truthfully, we only live once. Tomorrow isn't promised. So if you spend your life trying to people please, trying to make others happy, and or settling for the benefit of somebody else, you're gonna be miserable. So sis, if you're watching this, I just don't want you to be miserable. I want you to reach your highest point in life. I want God to use you in a way that He has never used you before. I want you to experience the abundance that God has for you. And if God is showing you that something isn't for you, then you have to really listen and take heed, so that you can get the fruits of what God has for you, and His will for your life. I just think it's so important that we remember that God is our refugee. God is our strength, and He can get us through anything. So, you don't want to stay in a situation because it's safe, or not even because it's safe, but because you feel secure there, you feel comfortable there. Comfort will literally have you in places that expired in your life years ago. So you want to make sure that you are constantly growing, you are constantly evolving in every situation that you're in, friendship, relationship, career. You always want to make sure that you're evolving. And if it's not helping you to evolve, to become better, to make you a better person, and if it's not flowing and growing with how you feel God is, the way God is pushing you, then just let it go. Like they say, let go and just let God. This video is really short and cute, but I just thought it was important to share that. And just know that your big sis loves you. And I just want the best for us. It's our year. It's our time. It's our time to, really get ourselves together, really heal, really grow, really, do some self-healing, and really tap into what we desire, what we want in this life. Firstly, what God has for us in this life. And I just think the search, and ultimately in this life, should be purpose, and the search should be fulfillment. And if something isn't making you feel fulfilled, then I just think that you need to carry on. But that is all I had to say. And make sure you send this to a friend, a homegirl, cousin, or whoever needs to hear this. Don't settle, sis, okay? There's so much more in this world for you. Friendship, relationship, career. You don't ever have to settle when we have the God that we have, okay? I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day. And I'm out. Make sure you like and you subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Bye.